You're watching RSM, the Rams Sports Magazine Show on Northern Colorado 5.
Welcome to RSM, Rams Sports Magazine Show. I'm your host, Anthony Keith. This week marks the start of conference play for both the men's and women's basketball teams. And what better way to start it off than with the border war? The stage is set for the men's team, so I'm going to start things off on this show with a little recap of how they did against the Pokes.
Those first 15 minutes were, you have to credit Wyoming. They came out with great intensity, great energy, and a really great rhythm on offense. And I can't imagine them putting together a better 15 minutes, and that's a credit to Heath and that group. They've had it tough. I mean, trying to get guys in and out with injuries and all that's difficult to do. We've had to do it on and off for 3 years. And I thought he had those guys ready to compete, and they just absolutely punched us. But it was only a standing 8 count. I mean, we were ready to go after that. Thought the crowd was awesome. We have the best band in the country. I thought that it was really, for a team, it didn't feel like a game on break. I credit our fans. I thought they were really awesome, and we needed it.
5 minutes before the end of the first half, when Wyoming led 39-26, Coach Tim Miles was right. CSU did need the help from the fans, and it was the bench that answered the crowd's call.
Greg Smith came in, scored 7 points at the end of the first half. Will Bell came in and did a good job. Our bench guys, I think, were really the thing that won us the game. That and Nigon absolutely willing us to victory when all heck was breaking loose.
Overall, it was Adam Nigon giving the team hope and leading the Rammies to victory. Shooting 70%, nailing 7 of 10 three-pointers, and nabbing 21 points, he gave his team the hope they needed to win.
I don't know. I think I was in a good rhythm all night. Wasn't really forcing too much. It was feeling good coming out of my hand, and it's a big rivalry game, so I knew I'd be amped up to play those guys.
In the second half, Colorado State showed they're a force to be reckoned with, not allowing the Pokes to score 1 three-pointer in 20 minutes of play.
They were just hitting shots that we hadn't seen them hit all year, and you just kind of try and weather the storm with that a little bit, and just keep playing our stuff and don't get away from what we do. And I think we did that much better in the second half. They, like I said, they didn't hit a 3 in the second half, and we just kind of choked the lane a little bit on them and made them score some tough shots there.
Our defensive plan was to really prevent the drive, so we knew we were gonna give up some threes. And we just knew if we kept playing how we planned for it, that they'd shoot. They'd start missing, and we kind of get going.
Yeah, they did. They did a good job of filling up the paint, and just I know every time that I even thought about getting the ball, I was looking, there'd be about 3 people around there. So they definitely pick their poison. But when they do stuff like that, people like Adam, come out here and knock some threes back.
It feels good to have a target on your back. That's what I think what's most about it is we're starting to get some love, publicity, and I think that's why we're starting out slow, is because every team is looking at our game like we're a contender, and I think it's great. We got to match the intensity and know that we got a target on our back.
Coach Miles and his Rams wipe off Wyoming 73-60 in the first game of conference play.
And so after the game, I wrote on the board 1-0, and I said, "Hey, you're first place, all by your lonesome. Nobody else has played. Enjoy it,
After defeating Wyoming, the Rams are #1 in the Mountain West Conference. Now they look ahead to traveling down to the pit.
Normally when you have a break like this, you kind of itching to play a game, but we played a lot of games in a short span of time, so we need to break just to get our legs back, get our energy back, and hopefully that might be the reason why we've been starting so bad. I don't know, but just be good to get our legs back under us.
Well, first thing we do is, but we need some rest. We need our legs are worn out a little bit, so we need rest. And early next week I'll get them competitive, and we'll get them ready, because it's New Mexico, it's the pit, so you have to be at your best. We have to be exceptional to go out and compete and have a chance to win that game.
Stay tuned, because coming up after the break, I've got a one-on-one interview with Kim Mestog after their performance against Pepperdine, closing out their non-conference schedule.
You're watching RSM, the Rams Sports Magazine Show on Northern Colorado 5.
Welcome back to the show, Rams fans. This week, I'm joined by Kim Mestog of the Lady Rams basketball team. Now, Kim, first thing I want to know, do you have any New Year's resolutions for the team this year?
win the Mountain West Conference Championship.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how do you think you guys are going to get that done?
Just be ready every single game and just win more games than last year. That will be a good start.
Now, looking back at this last game against Pepperdine, I mean, that was a tough loss. It was 66-43. They led by 23 at the end. How do you take that loss and move forward?
We just gotta keep improving and learn from the loss. I know it's hard to lose, but I mean, we just gotta move forward, not dwell on it. Just keep moving forward.
Now, not a typical game for you. I mean, normally you're the leading point scorer, almost averaging 20 points each game. They kind of shut you out that game. And from what we saw, there weren't too many. You weren't at the free throw at all, but I mean, they're full court press. They were playing some tough D. How physical a game was that?
It's not like our most physical game we had. Like Arizona State was way more physical, but they pressured us a lot. And I mean, we didn't have too many problems with the press, but then on the half court we really backed down and we weren't that aggressive, not aggressive enough to make something happen. So.
Now, you mentioned it last night that ASU, definitely the tougher of the defenses that you've met all year. What in this game, as far as three-point shooting went, how were the Rams shut out so hard?
I don't know. For myself, they just knew what we could do, and they shut us down at any way they were possible. So we didn't get a lot of threes off. We didn't make them if we got them off, and I mean, and the easy shots we got in the basket, we didn't finish those. So combination of that really got us in trouble.
It was your last non-conference game. Can you tell me through your eyes what the difference is between non-conference and conference? How big of a difference is that?
It's more, the conference games are more I don't know, exciting because you know the players from the years before and you know what they can do, and you got to keep trying to shut them down. Even though you know what they can do, they're still going to be great. And I mean, our conference is really good, and there's really some challenges in our conference, so I like it.
What did Coach have to say after last night's game?
Well, she said that we just got to keep working on the same stuff over and over again, like turnovers and stuff like that. And we just got to get ready and be really focused and work hard to get ready for Wyoming. And, yeah, we got to get a win there.
Talking about turnovers, you had 24 in last night's game. Again, not a typical game for the Lady Rams. What was going through your head at halftime? I mean, you guys came back and, kept it to a 5. They were only up by 5 after you guys scored 2. But, how are you feeling at the end of the game with 24 turnovers?
It's just the same, it's just, that's one of our problems is the turnovers, and they keep coming back, and we got to find something to stop, turning the ball over. We got to value the ball way more than we do now, and just, take control of the game.
7-6 at the end of non-conference play. Do you feel prepared heading into the conference play?
Yeah, I do. We had some tough teams. Pepperdine was a really good team, and it kind of prepared us for Wyoming, because Wyoming is a good team too. And I mean, yeah, I don't really see that our record now will I think we'll do better than last year, even though our record is not as same as last year. But we played some really tough teams in preseason.
Definitely. So this game, Border War, coming up this Wednesday. Last time you guys faced Wyoming, it was 69-52, kind of a big decision there. Is it going to be different this year?
It has to be different. So I really want to come out with a win there.
And the crowd up there, I mean, it's going to be a big crowd. How do you feel playing away in front of such a big crowd?
I mean, makes me even more excited about winning, to shut the crowd down, but I don't know.
And what do you have to do to beat Wyoming this year?
We're just they're really tall. We're gonna have to play great defense inside, and they have a lot of three-point shooters. We're gonna have to shut that down too. And then on offense, we're just gonna have to be aggressive and make shots, finish plays.
Now, it's not clear yet. Zoe Simmons may have been injured in the last game. If she weren't able to play next few games, what kind of a hit does the team take?
I mean, it's another rotation on our point guard we lose, and she's really great. She's a good leader. She has not a lot of turnovers. I don't think she has any most of the time, and it's going to be a great loss if she can't play.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Preseason polls aside, heading into conference, how do you think you guys are going to finish?
I think we are able to finish in the middle of the conference, but I can't tell you where we're going to finish for sure.
Who knows? Maybe there's a huge
Yeah,
turnaround. You guys
yeah.
take first place, you know, shove it in everybody's face.
Sure.
That can always happen.
Yeah.
Well, Kim, I want to thank you very much for joining us on the show. Good luck with conference play. I'm excited for the
Thank
Wyoming
you.
game.
So am I.
Stay tuned, because coming up next, I've got a one-on-one interview with Travis Franklin.
You're watching RSM, the Rams Sports Magazine Show on Northern Colorado 5.
Welcome back to the show, Rams fans. This week I'm joined by Travis Franklin and the men's team. Now, Travis, overall, you've had an amazing past 2 weeks. You know, you got the Governor's Cup under your belt. You were named Mountain West Conference Player of the Week for December 26th. And then, you know, had a great finish those last 3 games. Of course, you know, that last second of the last game. But overall, what was the last 2 weeks like for you?
It was a good experience, you know, starting off with Cancun first. Cancun is a wonderful place. And we played well out there. We won the tournament. You know, we beat some really good teams, and we was fortunate enough to get the championship, and then came home for a day, then hit the road to San Fran and lost the championship in the buzzer. So that was a tough loss, and we just got to learn from it and carry the momentum we had from the 2 tournaments in the conference.
Incredibly busy road schedule. Can you tell me a bit about that Cancun experience, what the environment was like down there?
Oh, it was nice. We stayed in a nice hotel right on the beach. All you can eat food. The ESPN crew was great hosts. We got a chance to get some exposure on television. ESPNU was the semifinal game against Ole Miss, and the championship game actually came on ESPN2, and a lot of people saw it. And we won, and that was good for our fans to watch us win on TV.
That final game, getting the Governor's Cup, how much does that mean to you?
It means a lot. We went in the tournament. I think some people said we were picked last to finish last, and we ended up winning the tournament. So that was a great tournament for us.
And I mean, this last game, obviously no walk in the park. You guys were playing a team that was 10-2. Right. And then with less than a second left, I mean, they shoot a 3, they go up by 2. Yeah. What was the feeling with you on that one?
That one hurt. That one hurt. That was a big shot. Give credit to him, but yeah, that one hurt. We came out flat and just fought back though. So, and we got up by 1, and he threw up a 3 and it went in, unfortunately for us. And just got to bounce back from it. You know, that's in the past now, so we're focused on Wyoming.
Now we're looking a little back at when you were named Mountain West Conference Player of the Week. It was your first Mountain West Conference honors. Is that correct for your college career? And I mean, you were averaging more than 20 points, 5 rebounds, almost had 3 steals that week. I mean, you started the week out against UNC. Receiving those Mountain West Conference honors, what does that mean to you?
It's big. I'm getting some recognition from the conference. And it's really a team thing, you know. The team did a good job feeding the ball, getting me the ball in spots where I can operate, and I was fortunate to win the award. So.
And this week marks a big one for you. Start a conference play, and you get things started with the border war.
Right.
So how excited are you for this game?
Real excited. I know it's a big game for the fans and the students, and we want to come in and set the tone right for conference play. You know, last year the border war was very packed in here, but unfortunately school is out now. But we still should have a great come out. So
I mean, after your start in non-conference, how are you feeling heading into conference play?
I have a lot of confidence. I know we lost at the buzzer, but I erased that out of my mind. Now I'm ready to play and redeem myself.
So preseason polls, forget about them. How you're sitting now, how do you feel you're going to finish the conference?
I feel we're going to surprise a lot of teams. You know, we're playing well now, and I feel like we have a chance to do really well in our conference. The conference is really tough, a lot of ranked teams, and I feel that's good for us, and we match up well with a lot of those teams. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and you guys had a 6-game win streak going for a bit, halted, but put that behind us. Having that win streak going, what does that do for the team?
This gives us a lot of momentum going into the conference, and I think a lot of guys are excited for conference play. This is what really counts, so we're really ready, I think.
Now, what's your New Year's resolution to the team?
New Year's resolution to the team, get to the tournament. That's what I want to do, and that's what everybody's goal is, and hopefully we can get there.
It's very doable, and we're all excited to see it. Travis, I want to thank you very much for joining us on the show. Stay tuned, because there's still more here to come on RSM.
You're watching RSM, the Rams Sports Magazine Show on Northern Colorado 5.
Pepperdine was heading into this matchup with a 3-game winning streak, giving the Lady Rams a very tough very physical game.
Frustrating for us is just as an example in the first half when we had millions of offensive rebounds in a row and we just could not put the ball in the basket, and you know, just not being real efficient and converting.
The Waves were no walk in the park as they applied a full court press for the majority of the game.
I told them that I thought tonight the better team won. That defense was kind of an Arizona State type of defense. The difference being that Pepperdine scored better.
Junior guard Kim Mestog, normally the team's leading scorer, averaging a little more than 19 points a game, was cold against Pepperdine, only tallying 4 points and 1 rebound.
The thing with her is that she never really looked at the basket. It was always like she was kind of just out there playing the team game when we need her to take shots. And she had opportunities, but just wouldn't take them.
We work hard to get in there, and then I think we don't calm down and put it in, like, in the hole. I mean, we're still in that mode from, like, we work hard to get in there and, like, we fling it up, I think. I mean, that's what I did.
One of the Rams' biggest downfalls, 24 turnovers.
Yeah, it's the same mistakes that keep coming back game after game. We have more than 20 turnovers. We don't box out enough. They have more overs than we do. They do the little, like the other team seems to do the little things better than we do.
The Waves managed 25 points off of turnovers as the Rams ended non-conference play with a 66-43 loss.
It's very frustrating. I mean, if you're in there that close and, you know, we keep missing, you know, it's frustrating as a team because we need to, you know, make the easy baskets because sometimes we're not going to get those, and when you do, we kind of have to capitalize on it. So,
when you're 2 feet from the basket, you've got to stick the ball in the hole. That's the bottom line.
We just get focused and practice and work on doing the little things. I mean, just rebounding, boxing out, you know, getting the ball up the court, and taking care of the ball in general. Once we get all that stuff, we'll be fine for conference, I think. I mean, their defense was good, hands down, but I don't think it was the best we've seen all season.
Yeah, I think Arizona State was a little bit more aggressive, but they played really good, and they were really disciplined, and they played good D.
You know, I think the post players are going to have to put the ball in the basket, and then our guards are going to have to get them the ball without turning it over and when they're open. I mean, I think our post players spend a lot of time in there begging for the ball, and our guard passing is not real good. You know, I didn't think their press necessarily, it wasn't like we couldn't handle it, and I've seen them pressing teams where it's just been multiple turnovers. So that, you know, there were some positive things, but we've got to be better on Wednesday. I mean, but we're not going to face anything. It's going to be a completely different type of team in Wyoming. Now, quality of team, yeah, Pepperdine's quality, they'd be quality in our league, but Wyoming's going to be different.
So I think, like, I'm trying to focus more on defense. Offense will come, like, in transition and stuff like that. But, you know, just trying to be a defensive presence for the team.
Well, I think we have to come into practice tomorrow, because we will have to practice tomorrow and the next day to get ready for Wyoming. And, you know, I think our team has a little bit of a mental block at times playing a team like this. And I don't talk about that before because I don't want to bring attention to it, but we're a slower team. You've kind of got two contrasting teams out there in Pepperdine and us. I think we match up a lot better against Wyoming. I think our kids know that. So I don't think mentally that we're thinking, oh my gosh, we're horrible. Why, you know, I think it's just a case of we've just got to get a little bit more efficient with our offense, and we'll be working a lot on that and then we've got to be able to defend their motion.
The Lady Rams took their talents north of the border to face the Cowgirls on Wednesday night of this week, but UW was too much to handle. The now 10-3 Cowgirls began the night with 4 3-pointers not missing a beat. After the 12-0 deficit, in the end they nearly shot 50% with forward Jade Kennedy nabbing an impressive triple-double. Sam Martin led the Rams with 11 points, but Wyoming won 83-43. At an even 500, the 7-7 Rams lift their heads up high and look ahead to New Mexico and the Lady Lobos next Wednesday. Both the men's and women's team had an exciting start to conference play, but there is still plenty of season left. That'll do it this week for RSM. We'll catch you next week.
You're watching RSM, the Rams Sports Magazine Show on Northern Colorado 5.